Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play NieR, and today we still don't have enough money for the sword, but who cares, we can pretty much get it almost immediately after we go through this thing that we're gonna do in this video. Now we're actually gonna get into some action, some cool action. That doesn't include doing some stupid tedious task for these stupid ass villagers who can't do anything for themselves because they're all assholes. Jesus Christ, stop being so lazy. Like, get some swords for yourself, go fight things, go kill sheep and all that. Yeah, you told me that last video, old man. Jesus. So yeah, we're gonna actually move on with the main quest here. Forgot what we have to do, but oh yeah, Yuna's gone. She's like gone off somewhere or something. And Travis or NieR, he's all like, oh no, Yuna's gone. Oh god, she probably got abducted by like Michael Jackson's ghost or something. That'd be cool. That'd be a cool idea for a game if like they change this game's storyline. Gonna go back in time and make them do that. Then this game would be more popular and Cavia wouldn't have gone like bankrupt or whatever. Of course, you know, I can't do that. That'd be immoral to use time travel to do that. For some reason. Or like Hitler wouldn't die, or I don't know, something crazy like that. So yeah, loading screens, they're my favorite. So Yuna's not here either. Where could she have gone? Oh no. Yep, let's go ask Popola. She knows everything. I mean, she reads all these books. She must know something. Actually, I don't know if she reads any of these books. Maybe not. Oh god, lag. Hey Popola, where's Yuna? Oh no. Oh god, yeah, this probably has capture card lag. I don't know if it's gonna affect the rest of the video though. I know with the... I don't know if it was like the old video converter I used, but like I used to have some problems with these. Where like the capture card or the footage would like lag, and sometimes the audio would get messed up and not sync up with the video or something. Yep, with this new converter I've been using, it's alright. I mean, my capture card itself still has some problems like that where it will like lag like that and drop some frames or something, or whatever it does. I don't know exactly what affects it. I know I had a playthrough of Shadows of the Damned on my old channel at one point, and a lot of stuff had to be like cut out because footage was lost and messed up and everything. And I plan on doing that game.
Damn it, Yuna. I have to get to the eastern gate.
So I hope that doesn't happen again. Anyway, so I just kind of skipped over all that storyline stuff. Basically, NieR was all like, oh, I told her about lunar tears, which apparently grow at the Lost Shrine, which is the first dungeon we have to go to in the game. Spoilers. Oh no. And it's still kind of tutorial-ish, but it's a lot more exciting than watching me go through town and do all this random stuff.
I can't believe she really went to the Lost Shrine.
Yeah, what a jackass. I should just not bother saving her at all. What a dumb broad. Jesus Christ. Well, we're gonna go anyway because that's where the game wants us to go. Excuse me. So now we get some awesome music. I mean, this game is full of awesome music as it is. I'm probably gonna upload some tracks eventually from the game. But I believe this piece of music is called The Lost Forest, if anybody wants to look it up for themselves. Also, we're gonna pick up some sparkly things that we probably don't really need and maybe kill a few goats. I think that's what these are. Even though they end up trying to kick my ass. And I think some of them actually kind of do. Because eventually, like if you're close enough, they'll come back and try to ram you. I don't know if I've already explained that or not. It's been too long since I recorded any of this. Well, like, I mean, it's already been a long time since I recorded footage, but it's been like a long time between like recording you know, commentary. Ow, ow. Yeah, if you press like the right trigger fast enough after being knocked down, you can like quickly get back up on your feet. So I guess if we try to utilize that, it's probably something kind of useful. Of course, I try not to get knocked down at all, period, but that's kind of impossible. So let's continue on to where we're supposed to go. There's like another direction you can go if you go right back down at the fork, but you can't really go there yet. Well, maybe you can go there. I haven't really tried, but you're not supposed to go down there yet. Not for a while. So yeah, this next area is kind of cool. Oh jeez, oh look, it's a roadblock. How are we ever gonna get through? Well, we pretty much saw the way we're supposed to get through right next to us. It's like right here. This is like the most useless ladder ever. It's like complete opposite of that one really long ladder in Metal Gear Solid 3. I should play that game, even though it's got a lot of cutscenes in it. I guess this game kind of has lots of cutscenes, but they're not like an hour long each. Yeah. I don't know if I'd do that game first or Peace Walker. Peace Walker seems like a game I want to do, but I still haven't beaten the last boss yet, which is ridiculously challenging. Even playing with friends, it's kind of hard. I guess we don't have the right equipment yet, but I won't go into that. That's like spoilery for a completely different game. Anyway, here's a medical herb if you want one. I already got my ass kicked by goats, so I had to use that one there. So yeah, let's enter our first dungeon. That's pretty cool looking. And it's kind of weird. This game has kind of a mixture of like fantasy and I don't know if I'd call it like science, but like, I don't know. It's got like normal architecture and it just has a fantasy feel to it. Like I guess in whatever universe this game is set in, magic kind of replaces science as their form of technology or whatever. I'm not sure I quite understand it. But like, this building looks like it could be like normal for like offices or whatever, like a normal office building or something. Only it's got like fantasy touches to it, like these lamps. And I guess, I don't know, I guess it's also kind of inspired by like Japanese-ish stuff. Like that's an elevator shaft. That's not something you'd really see in your typical fantasy game, but like in a game like this where it's like post-apocalyptic almost in a way, I guess that's kind of spoiling something. I mean, I guess, I don't know, it already kind of was apocalyptic back in the first tutorial section, and this game said it was 1,000 years later now. But, yeah, I mean, it's not like your normal post-apocalyptic setting either, like Fallout or whatever. It's kind of like mixed with the fantasy genre. Anyways, we're looking for a key, apparently, I guess. We already got a map. There's not a lot of keys you have to pick up in this game. There's like just this one and like maybe another couple of places where you have to get keys. And so, like, I guess the dungeons aren't too bad. This game doesn't have too many different puzzles.
She'll never make it out of here.
I guess it's almost light on every single aspect. Except for the combat, which is pretty much a main point in this game. I don't know, it's hard to describe or fit this game into any single box or kind of try to generalize it in any way. It's a hack and slash action RPG with some, I don't know, top-down shooter elements or something. I don't know, it's really hard to explain. But for the most part, like, this first dungeon is really simple, and they don't get too much more complex. Some of them get less linear than others, but that's about it. And there are some puzzles that are kind of more complex than others, but they're kind of rare. So anyway, the main thing you want to do here is try to get to the top floor, which isn't too hard. I mean, you can't really get lost here. You just want to know that you can't go all the way up on these, on this circular staircase because it's blocked by this tree. And some of these rooms are kind of useless. They're only really good for leveling up, fighting enemies and shades and stuff here. Which, I don't know, I think it's kind of useful in that way. You probably want to, if you want to level up at all, you probably want to go in these kinds of rooms. And plus, some of these enemies drop rarer things than others. You can tell if like an item is rare by the color. Like most items, like medical herbs, they'll be kind of they'll be represented by kind of like a greenish bluish orb thing. I don't know what to call it exactly. While the rarer items are kind of gold or yellow in color. And the rarer items probably won't exactly help you in any significant way. They might be worth a lot to sell, but I don't think you'd want to sell those. Because, I don't know if I've said so already, but in this game you can upgrade your weapons eventually. You can't do it right away. You have to wait until a certain point in the story. But, you want to keep your rare items for that, because that's mostly what you'll be using to upgrade all your swords. And some of the things may sound unimportant or like very stupid. Oh look, we get a sword. Yeah, some of these swords will just appear in boxes. Even sometimes not even in dungeons, just, you know, out in normal places or whatever. I say or whatever too much, I should stop there. But, so yeah, you want to keep useless sounding things like heaps of junk or stop clocks, I don't know. I don't remember most of what these things are called. All I know is you can tell by what color they are when you pick them up. And you'll probably remember after that. Go away, nobody likes you guys. Oh god. I think there's a way you can counter in this game if you like block just before an enemy hits you. But I haven't really utilized it. Most of the time I'm just on the defensive. And some enemies can kind of guard, which is when you'd want to press the Y button, at least when you're using this type of weapon. Which is kind of like your armor break or guard break or something. Which will get their shield out of the way. Of course, it's not as useful now because most enemies don't bother with blocking this early on. Especially since they don't have shields. Later enemies will have shields, and like after a point in the game they'll start using their own kind of armor, which is kind of cool. Of course, we're very far away from that. I mean, this game isn't exactly long, but it's more than a couple hours long, at least. I don't know, my definition of a long game is probably different than most other people's. I even think some of the later Zelda games have been too short, like Twilight Princess. I thought that game was kind of short. I don't know why. I guess it's one of the Zelda games where if you just rush through the main story, you can get it done pretty quickly. Whereas in a game like Skyward Sword, there's like a lot more padding. I don't know. I'm the kind of person who finds like the longest Halo game too short to be sold for $60. But then again, I guess it also depends on the quality of the game too. Like, I really enjoyed Portal 2, and I guess that was significantly longer than the first game, but it was still only a couple hours worth of gameplay. for like Lollipop Chainsaw, I kind of have mixed feelings on that because I think it was too short. But the levels themselves are too long, and I think they should have been segmented a bit more. But, yeah, I guess we're not really talking about those games here. But there's really not a lot to talk about here. This first dungeon is pretty simple and more combat orientated. And the music's good. I guess there's that to talk about. Yeah, whenever you run into a medical herb, it's probably a good idea to use one if you're full on them, if you've got like low health. Anyway, we're not gonna bother going through the left door because it's just a bunch of medical herbs. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace and chicken grease.